can't believe this is happening. I thought we had him this time.
Does this mean that I'm in trouble?
This is so racist.
I'm gonna hold my breath until Trump is arrested.
Pigs voted for Pentagon.
Oh, this can't be true. We worked so hard this time.
Now everybody's gonna wanna date me.
Another criminal just gets away with it. Oh, man, I'm so mad right now. I can just jump on a plane and fly to Epstein Island.
This is truly the darkest day in American history.
We can't give up. We've gotta keep trying. I'm gonna stop eating until Trump is arrested.
Oh, come on, man. You're just gonna let another criminal walk free. I'll never stop trying. I'll never give up.
That's it. I'm writing another book.
This isn't over. We'll get him next time. Well, back to the drawing board.
Is from McLean, Virginia. Independent line for Senator Chris Murphy.
Hello?
You're on, go ahead.
Oh, hi. So I'll just have 3 quick points, and then I'll take the answers off the air. The first point is, isn't it true that Yanukovych was elected for the first time in 2010 for one 5-year term? That elections were scheduled for 2015. The second point is, why is it okay for foreign ministers from other countries to show up during protest movements? Let's say in Ukraine, like the foreign ministers of Poland and Germany, and support the protesters against the current government there. Wouldn't it be something similar to the foreign ministers of, let's say, Mexico and Canada showing up during the Occupy Wall Street movement and saying, yes, we agree that your government is corrupt? And the third point is, why isn't the West and America talking about the fact that a large or significant portion of the Ukrainian opposition right now is made up of far-right politicians, including from the party Svoboda, which openly is fascist and xenophobic, and they say that they don't want to join the EU because they consider the EU to be a bunch of gays and Jews, just as well as they say that they don't want to join the imperialist Moscow regime.
Do you see how the random callers who just call C-SPAN and hope to get on because they have no credentials are infinitely smarter than the people who are running all these policies? So he said, you keep talking about democracy. Didn't, the president of Ukraine that you're trying to overthrow get democratically elected and have a 5-year term to 2015? And also, by the way, isn't it kind of inappropriate for foreign officials and foreign ministers to go join protest movements in other countries to overthrow their government? And also, by the way, aren't we supporting the part of Ukrainian society that's filled with a bunch of neo-Nazis? Isn't that kind of a concern?
Thank you for allowing me to call C-SPAN, by the way.
Hey, young man, you got knocked the fuck out.
gosh, is it time? Is it time?
Okie dokie, Boomer.
Okie dokie, Boomerette. How are
Okie
you? What's going on?
Oh, God, we finally made it to Saturday. What a week it's been.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a week. Hell
of a week. Yes, hell of a week.
Is your mic in the
you
right
got
spot?
bad news, but kind of good news this week,
Yeah.
right?
Is your microphone in the right spot?
Yeah, am I good?
I think you're good now. That's great. You were a little bit off kilter, so.
Well, it moves, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And I moved. So, Jilly, I'm so sorry to hear about your puppy.
Oh my gosh.
We understand, man. There's nothing fucking worse.
No,
Boz and I talk about it all the time about losing pets.
Yeah,
man.
it's Dharma's getting very long in the tooth, and she's doing well. And again, I attribute it to what we feed her. You know, that bulk fiber, the pumpkin.
It changes everything. It's everything. Your dog is what you eat. And watching your animals do that, then you really realize that, oh fuck, I feed them the most expensive food, but I'm fucking myself.
Yeah, I should be eating their food. I might live longer.
I agree.
So,
I totally agree.
You want to shout out the chat? Looks like we've got a rousing house tonight. Wow.
We do have a rousing house. The Rumble's actually quite quiet tonight, but that's okay. We got everybody hanging out on YouTube. President Jesus is here, and so is Gamer. Hi, Gamer. Deborah, so glad to see you,
Hi,
Deborah.
Deborah.
Jilly. Peace Dove. Peace Dove's here. Kate.
Peace.
Hi, Kate.
Kate.
Anthony. Farron Reports is in the house. Hey, Farron, we need to catch up and do a show about the Gwyneth Paltrow case. What a stupid shit show that's turning into.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to keep a straight face. You got
oh, my God. It's hard to... And I can't bring it in like a 5-minute segment like what we do. We're going to have to do a show. There's just so much stupidity in it. Like,
I know. It's terrible.
Catalytic Centaur is hanging out. Hey, Anthony. I've got a couple of Anthony's protest signs on the deck tonight. Thank you for sending us those. I love you. Inspire completely. That's Adams. Vic's here. Hey, Vic.
Manitalk.
Yeah, Manitalk. Manitalk's
What's
hanging
going
out
on,
too.
Manitalk? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to
Jimmy.
see you. Good to see you.
And of course, our Patreons are in the background.
Vic.
We love our Patreons.
I see Vic. Vic, I haven't shouted out Thurston Community Media in a while. I hope everything's going with our CCTV channel, Thurston Community Media. Thank you, VS Wasn't for VS we wouldn't be on there. So thank you so much.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it
I
is.
still think it's one of our special claims to fame.
It is, I think. Chris
It
Foster.
is. It absolutely
Chris
is.
Foster. Chris
Hey, Chris.
Foster.
What's up?
Do we have anybody over on the Rumble?
Let me see who's on the Rumble. Rumble's on the right. Kate's hanging out on the Rumble. But there's a bunch of people watching over there. So hit that like button and share us out. We're trying to grow on the Rumbles because we know we are short-lived on the YouTube.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We get a boot in our ass almost every day. Did you call out Rat Angel?
Oh, I kind of miss Sharon and Chanda on Monday nights as well, Gamer. Yeah, we kind of miss it too. That was fun. But doing so many shows a week, it just you can't do them all. I wish I could.
We have a little news that we want to impart to everybody. I am going to go under the knife here. I got my lobotomy scheduled for first week of April.
What?
And
I thought they were putting your brain back in.
No. They're gonna lobotomy, gallbladder, 220, 221. They're both the same. So what,
You don't need it. I gave mine away like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, and I've been fine without it. So hopefully you'll feel better once you get that defective part out of it.
Yeah, he said it's really broken. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm still kind of nervous because anytime they open
I remember bawling. I remember when I had mine, I was in the fucking hallway, they're getting ready to wheel me in. So they had me drugged up and then something happened in the OR. So they just like shoved me in the hallway for like a fucking half hour. So you're in that, I'm going under, I could die. Maybe this is the last moments of my life just sitting in a hallway by yourself. And
don't anybody think that they don't think that, because you do.
Yeah, you do. You do. And I mean, I was fine 2 hours later, 3 hours later, they woke me up. I don't do anesthesia very well. I hope you do better under anesthesia.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had a decent night's sleep since last.
Oh my God.
When did I stop doing Convo? In August. I just couldn't do it anymore because I was
You were so
whipped.
sick. I just watched you behind the scenes just crash and burn.
Slide under the table, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why we have to do this all the time, but we do. This show is satire.
Satire.
Don't forget.
Most of the shit we're laughing about and joking
Yeah,
about.
we are, and we
Don't take it to heart, man.
We don't mean anybody any harm, either emotionally or bodily. Well, maybe some bodily, but I don't think we're.
No, we mean no harm to anybody. I know ill will, man, because I don't want no ill will coming back at me. I do want to shout the Rockfin out, though.
Yeah,
before
shout
we
the
get moving.
Rockfin. Shout the Rockfin.
The Rockfin. We got Lizzie hanging out on the Rockfin, and Crone's hanging out. Rad Angel, welcome. Fred Edwards. So glad to see you, Fred. Kate's everywhere.
Kate,
Love
you
that,
are
Kate.
everywhere. Thank you, Kate.
Jim. Hi, Jim. Brad. Hi, Brad. You guys know I'm so blind. Popeye is here.
Popeye
was first in. Hey, Popeye.
Yeah, Popeye said he had to go to do something, but he was here in spirit. So Kate gave
We're all here in spirit, man.
Yeah, Kate gave him permission to go. So
okay,
you,
as long as somebody excused him, so
yeah,
then we're good.
Kate's the keymeister there. So
okay, yeah, she's the hall monitor. Peace, Dev. Gallbladder Oz, get it out. Then take K2 forever after surgery. Probiotics. I had mine out. Emergency surgery. Yeah, I had mine out too. And you're absolutely everything you're saying. Yeah.
K2.
For sure.
Well, I had a Roux-en-Y too, so that makes it hard for.
That's going to make it harder for you because you've already had stomach issues. Exactly.
Yeah, because everything bothered me.
So we're going to take it the next Saturday off, not this Saturday, not the 1st, but the 7th off, right? And then we'll just play it by ear. But I'm going to be out there doing shows, and I got a lot of good stuff coming up. I got Johnny Vidmore booked for next Friday. I got Andrew Smith coming to hang out. I want to hook up with Farron and do a show for you guys. So you'll still be getting stuff from us.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have a couple of quick announcements, though. While we're off, Shannon and I were talking, and we decided that when we come back, we're going to go on other platforms.
Other platforms?
Yeah, like all of them. So if there's a platform out there, we're going to be on it because YouTube's been so kind to us that we want to make sure we cover our bases. So
we love you, YouTube.
And when does Hot Summer Nights start? Memorial Day weekend?
Hot Summer Nights, the Saturday after Memorial Day weekend. So whatever the first Saturday of June is.
And that our first show we decided is going to be a film noir show again. That went over
Those
well.
are so much fun.
So we're going to have old-timey stuff and black and white for most of the show. It's not going to be all the show because they said, she said it was going to be all in black. No. We'll have a little color here and there. So.
Yeah. Well, when we can't bring you guys clips, or if everything's not black and white.
Yeah, so
we have to bring some things.
We've got a lot planned, and while I am recovering, when I live through this surgery, wink, wink to the doctor, I'm going to be studying up with Linda, and Chanda probably will stick her head in there too, and we're going to have some more.
Sometimes.
Upgrades for everybody, more visual happiness. And I want to thank everybody for complimenting our thumbnail this week. Everybody seemed to like Kate, you love the music and the graphics was great. So thank you very much. That is a group effort. It's not all on me. So remember that Linda and Chanda have their fingers in that one too, and I really appreciate the support.
We're everywhere.
Pasta,
we're like the NSA.
Did Pasta went to Cuba? Let me get this. He went to Cuba to get a haircut. Don't they have barbers in Miami? What the hell?
I don't know. I'm so confused. He went to Cuba. I know that he's supposed to be election observing tomorrow, I believe. I haven't heard how he's doing other than he seems to be having a good time. He had to wear a helmet that they gave him to wear to go to the journalistic sign-in place. I don't know.
Is that like Karnak or what the hell is
I don't know what that's about. I can't wait to hear from him and find out what it is, but he's doing good. And I can't wait to see some of the reporting that he comes out of there with. And just exactly, I know he's going to come home heart sick as fuck, knowing the sanctions that are crippling those fucking poor people, the kindest people that, it sucks as an American to see the carnage of our fucking policies.
Yeah, what we did as America to Cuba. So
exactly.
Terrible.
Exactly. Because I did a lot of research thinking that we were going to Cuba, and I watched video after video, I watched real people on the ground. So I went and found just everyday fucking YouTubers or, travel people who were on the ground. And the sanctions, it's insane. I know what Pasta's going to encounter. And I hope he
says up here in this tweet, I saw it this afternoon. Yeah, yet the people are the kindest people I've ever met. And that's really good because Pasta is truly a kind person himself. So it takes one to know one. So anyway, I'm not kidding. One of the nicest guys I've ever met is Pasta Craig Pasta Jardula.
No, it's
nice
true.
guy.
It's absolutely true.
Nice guy. Nice guy. All right, we're moving right along here. You brought some. God, I'm forgetting something. Oh, now
What are you forgetting?
did Pasta have to? Did he get that helmet with his haircut? That comes with the helmet, the haircut, or
No,
yeah.
I don't know. I'll ask him when I talk to
Okay,
him.
so but he had to have the helmet for something. Rob,
I didn't bring the haircut. He got a haircut after this, I think, but I knew they made him wear the helmet to go downtown or something. I don't know. Rob Juno, so sweet of you with the super chat. Nothing but love for you guys.
Yeah.
Nothing but love for you guys.
and we appreciate. What have we always said? We're just guppies in the Shark Tank, and we're happy with that. We like doing it. Shanda's got some anthropomorphic goodies she's gonna pop on here and there. So if she gets replaced by a cow, don't be surprised. So,
oh yeah, I've got avatars I can play with
you've
now.
got
I
avatars.
still have to build mine.
You got a Brett Pella here, right? Is this?
I did. Well, no, Brett Pella's hanging out with JP Spears.
Oh,
So
okay.
there you go. They're gonna stop.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Jiff.
I'm Jackson.
And we are America's #1 protesters. You know, a lot of people that protest for climate change, they don't understand that it's actually the climate that's changing. And so, like, people are protesting other humans, but, like, we should be protesting against the climate.
I'm allergic to climate, so I demand you stop. Climate's the new gluten. Climate intolerant.
I mean, people used to protest in the 50s and 60s just by, like, sitting there and doing nothing. That doesn't work anymore. Today, you need to yell, you need to get in people's faces, and ideally destroy some type of property.
Exactly 1 year ago today, the climate invaded Ukraine. We need to stop sending money to the climate and bring about world peace.
Protest or die protesting. It's really your choice.
The climate is rigged, and I'm not leaving until we get a retabulation of the temperature.
A lot of people protest soft. We protest hard by gluing ourselves to the side of random buildings. Today, I've glued my little tiny asshole to the side of the Maricopa County Courthouse. I'm hoping that this act of defiance will help catalyze a conversation. Be the change you want to see.
In order to stand up for what they believe in, some people block traffic.
And other people think wasting food is an act of protest.
But we say, why not do both at the same time?
Stand up for what's right. Stand up for what you believe in. Don't be scared.
The climate is damaging the environment.
There's so many different things you can do to start protesting today. You can yell at people. A lot of people think Mother Nature is chill, but she's actually a TERF, a terrestrial environmental radical fornicator. Because she's always fucking with us, dude. I mean, I wake up sometimes and it's 60 degrees outside. By the end of the day, it's 80 degrees. It keeps changing. The climate is actually too progressive.
One of the most effective ways to protest is throwing soup at famous art pieces.
You don't want to open those first?
I don't want to make too much of a mess. I live here, man.
Hey, stop it! No one likes you! Boo! Boo! Oh, you're big and shiny, we get it. You suck!
Now, a lot of people think that humans are the biggest contributors to climate change, which is true. But it's actually the body heat of humans that is warming the globe, which is why
we should be actively protesting against humankind, because humans are the real evil in the world. I mean, I'm just doing my part.
Do your part. Do your part. Do your part. Oh my God. That was satire, everybody. Remember, satire.
That was satire.
Satire on this show.
This could be construed as satire also, that is coming up. I'm just going to say feminism.
Feminism? Feminism.
Feminism.
All right. What's feminism?
How are you empowering the women that you're massacring with your weapons? How are you empowering women who are suffering because of wars that you're profiting off of?
Nancy and Lockheed Martin are making a killing off of killing women. There is nothing feminist about the F-35. Nancy's employer, Lockheed Martin, makes the F-35 fighter jet that Israel used to kill Palestinians in Gaza in 2014 and 2021. F-35s and other weapons are destroying and fueling the climate crisis, which disproportionately kill women and girls and their children. Why are you celebrating women as war profiteers? How is this women's empowerment? Lockheed Martin is making a killing off of killing women and girls all over the world. This is not equity. This is pinkwashing.
Land and women are not for conquest.
F-35 program that Nancy and Lockheed Martin are making a killing off of killing should be ground. We should be freeing Palestine, concentrating on combating the climate crisis that disproportionately hurts and kills women and girls.
How are you empowering the women that you're massacring with your weapons? How are you empowering women who are suffering because of wars that you're profiting off of?
Shame.
Imperialism is not feminist, period. Like, at all. Diversity and imperialism does not make us better people. Just because you have a woman pressing the button versus a man pressing the button does not mean that we're not ruining innocent lives all across the globe.
Your definition of equity that you used earlier, that is a shame that you used that. And that women and girls and children all over this world are being destroyed by people in power, no matter their gender. This is a shame.
Come on.
Stop making
Oh my God, that cop's so strong. Look, she got all 4 of them at once.
Imperialism isn't feminist! Imperialism isn't feminist! Imperialism isn't feminism!
I think that's great. I think
Okay, it's great, but you have to observe the fact that that was staged. It was 100% staged. It wasn't like they just stormed that stage and that one security guard got all 4 of them off stage and that wasn't a script. I mean, I agree with the messaging, but the staging of it looks like they're working hand in hand with the people that they're protesting. Like, come on.
Well, so this was sponsored by Lockheed Martin?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I saw Medea Benjamin got...
Medea's been doing it. She's been doing a great job. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't make it look staged because then you guys get thrown in the Greta Thunberg fucking category.
Yeah,
you know? I'm glad they're out there doing that and don't make it look so staged.
Yeah, we don't want to go there. So absolutely.
Have you guys seen the Young Turks?
Yeah, Jiminy Christmas.
The Young
Did
Turks,
I bring this or
man.
did you bring this?
I brought this. This is DNC Mary, and that's what I'm going to call her until the election. I have decided.
Are you talking about Marianne Williamson?
Yes. DNC Mary. Typhoid.
How would you have voted on that authorization for $40 billion on top of the $15 billion back in May to fuel the proxy war in Ukraine?
I think if you're going to be an anti-imperialist, you have to be an anti-imperialist whether it's an American or a Russian. And even though I don't think that the United States has had clean hands here regarding our relationship to NATO, regarding the Aegis missiles in Poland, I don't think any of that was a justification for this brutal dictator to make the invasion that he did. So I have felt that any withdrawal of support until very recently would be simply to say that it's okay for there to be no more Ukraine. And that would be intolerable to me. But we have known, General Milley has said it, the RAND Corporation has said it, this is going to be a negotiated settlement. And I think we have a moment here where something might be happening. Xi talking to Putin, presenting some principles of possibility for a negotiated settlement. We'll see what Zelensky does and what Zelensky says about that. And I think the United States should do everything possible to support that negotiated settlement and a diplomatic solution.
So the posture of the United States government is expressed by John Kirby, the former Pentagon spokesman who now works in the White House, and other U.S. officials when asked about the potential for a ceasefire and diplomatic relations or diplomatic attempts to resolve the war has been, we're totally opposed to any ceasefire. We think that it would allow the Russians time to rebuild. Do you agree with that? Do you think that the United States and other NATO countries should continue to oppose a ceasefire and fuel the war? Or would you be in favor of kind of a Chinese attempt, along with the Russians and Ukrainians, to forge a ceasefire in the hope of getting a resolution to the war?
It shouldn't be John Kirby's decision. It shouldn't be the U.S. State Department's decision. I think we need to hear what Zelensky himself has to say. Zelensky has said that he is open, that he's interested. He wants to hear what the Chinese have to say. We know that Xi talked to Putin, but there hasn't been any report that he's talked yet, even virtually, to Zelensky. So, no, the United States should not be making that decision. The United States should be doing everything to support any possibility that's occurring here of a negotiated settlement.
Oprah's fucking psychic did 5 minutes of fucking bullshit horse shit, and she is just dumber than a box of fucking rocks and the most narcissistic person I have seen since Amber Heard.
Yeah, it's pretty privileged coming out of her pie hole there. I got to say, and I don't want to cause anybody Marianne Williamson derangement syndrome, so I'm not going to comment too much. Why did Glenn have her on there? Was that a courtesy thing or what?
I don't care. I'm not playing that fucking game this time. I'm not getting into that delusion that even playing inside the Democratic Party is going to get you.
How would you have voted
anywhere.
on that?
Go ahead. Sorry, I hit the wrong trigger.
No, you know. I mean, they've been trying to pull me back into the local Dems here. You know, Central Committee meetings are coming up and bylaws are being passed, and they're like, "Well, can you just look at them?" And I'm like, no, I don't give a shit what any of the Democrats do anymore. I was their fucking cannon fodder, their focal point for how many years? 8 years. I'm done. I'm not doing this.
I hate to tell everybody, but being involved with the Democratic Party or the Republicans for that
just going to get burned again.
It's a circus, and you're the circus animals. That's all it is. And if you go to a convention, you see the circus on display. They practice at these legislative districts and central committee meetings.
They live for the circus.
Practice, and then when the big deal is at the end of the year, the convention. That's the circus on the road.
God, yeah, that's the grand finale gala, right?
It's terrible.
And they call it the gala. I mean, I paid $500 a fucking plate to get into these galas with these assholes.
Yeah, you had to buy a table, you know? I mean,
yeah, you have to buy a full fucking table. You can't just buy one plate. Yeah, it's insane.
You know, it's crazy. Don't put yourself through the misery.
Don't pay to sit at the table.
Eat a party. Don't do it. Be independent. Come on. I'll speak to you no matter where you're at. Just let's get rid of this uniparty we got. Let's talk to our sisters and neighbors, and not just in this country, but in France, in Canada, in Italy, in Germany, in the UK. International cooperative strikes. That's what we got to do. So
we're so oblivious in this country.
We are. Absolutely.
I like this meme here, Oz. It says conservatives when a single child receives a free school lunch. God, ain't that the truth? Knock it off, you fucking guys. Knock it off. You got to feed the fucking kids.
Yeah, I mean, give them the lunch, man. You got a memeology
Give them
here,
the
right?
lunch. I know that. Why do Republican the geocons, they always go after the food programs, right? Trump cut Meals on Wheels the first fucking day of his presidency.
Well,
I mean, that was a much needed program. And you know what? Biden hasn't done shit to bring it back. So.
Well, be fair, because the Democrats, all they can do is virtue signal on Twitter, while Ro Khan is out there on all these major mainstream shows, and he's a sociopath. And I'll tell you again, that guy pees his pants when he can lie on television. He gets off on that.
He does more than pee his pants. He gets off on it, definitely. Yeah. And this is just more hypocrisy from the Dems. Of course, Biden is out doing his royal visit to Canada, and they're going to talk about climate change, and he brings a 75-car fucking procession.
Oh, they used to have Canadian.
So they virtue signal about it constantly.
Yeah, they used to have Canadian toffee there. I used to love
this toffee, right? Oh my God, it just goes on and on and on.
100 cars?
I don't think that's fog in the background. I think it's smog from all of Biden's fucking motorcade.
Probably is. They're polluting. They're going to kill the planet with this event.
They got to have an ambulance just in case. And an Amazon delivery truck? What the fuck they need that for?
Does he even know what country he's in or what?
No. Fuck no.
Oh my God.
Oh, is that a tactical trailer response unit?
Jeez, they got it sped up. There has to be 75 cars there. And buses.
Got to have the bus. That's where Harris is hanging out.
Harris is on the bus. Oh yeah, it's got the wet bar in there. I forget.
They're not allowed to travel together.
Yeah.
Right?
Shove your climate crisis up your arse. You can shove your climate crisis up your arse. You can shove your climate crisis. You can shove your climate crisis. You can shove your climate crisis up your arse.
Greta.
That's just disgusting, man.
Oh.
That is such a lack of self-awareness. But they all have it, right? I mean, they all fucking have it. Gates, Macron, they don't. I mean, well, actually, he did because he's trying to hide his watch the other day.
Yeah,
right?
I think I saw Macron shove an ice cream cone down Biden's throat yesterday. I think they didn't arrest him, though. I don't know why.
Oh, my God. Well, Biden is up there just making us proud in Canada yesterday. So I had to bring you one more clip of
Oh,
it.
you're torturing me.
It's a little torturous.
Mr. President, here
Who are you?
leader of His Majesty's loyal opposition. Absolutely. We believe that opposition is an act of loyalty in our system.
What do you mean by that?
Mr. President, Iran keeps targeting Americans. Does there need to be a higher cost, sir? We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop, he says.
We got a lot done today.
Canada. President, any advice to Canada on dealing with China?
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
In the United States, we're expanding legal pathways for migration to seek safety on a humanitarian basis, while discouraging unlawful migration that feeds exploitation and human trafficking. So today, I applaud China for stepping up. Excuse me, I applaud Canada.
Oops.
You can tell what I'm thinking about
Yeah,
China.
we
I
can.
won't get into that yet.
Oh, my God. Doing us so proud in Canada. So proud.
Yeah,
Loyalty,
it's-
opposition.
You know, I start to get nauseated even more every time I see him, and it pains me that this guy's
I know.
representing the United States of America. I mean, when's the last time we had a
Thankful.
president that we really felt confident in?
Oh, my God. We spent 2 years tearing Trump down and all of his idiocy. And now here we are with Biden. Yeah, no.
Biden's worse. And you know what? You know, Trump was Trump, but Obama, I'm still going to go back to that. He was the worst.
I was asleep for Obama. Obama put me to sleep. So
Yeah,
I was
think
asleep for like
Obama
4
put
years.
everybody to sleep. Linda brought us. Did you give this to her? Is this Jilly's or who gave this to her?
Linda made this, and I just thought it fit in the Canada section. So here it
Okay.
is.
AI Linda tells us what it's all about with the shit hits the fan in Canada.
Shit hits the fan in Canada. Woman escapes flush with death. Blue ice or a block of frozen excrement accidentally leaked from a plane and went through the roof of a Canadian home, landing just feet from a woman spending the night at her mother's. Upon inspection after the event, the women discovered chunks of the house on top of their swamp cooler and a puddle of water beneath it.
It's a real
that's a bad
story.
day.
That's a real story.
You hear that all the time. You hear fucking blue falling out of the sky.
I wish I used to watch a show where the star of the show got killed with a toilet that came out of the space station. A toilet seat.
Terrible way to die.
Yeah,
Terrible
it is a
way
terrible
to die.
way to die. Now,
Did you see this tweet from Elon?
Yeah, retirement age is too. Yeah, I gave it a finger.
Retirement age in France is too low. That's a legit that's a legit issue. Yeah.
No.
The richest person in the world says French people don't work enough. Is seriously Louis at 16th vibes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What the hell is he talking about? He hasn't had to scrub toilets or clean bedpans his whole
Oh,
life.
he's terrible to his workers. Did you hear he tweeted out something at like 2:30 in the fucking morning telling everybody they're going to be in office for 40 hours a week yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Jobs that could be done more efficiently from home.
Crack that whip.
Yeah, so they just I think the people that work for him should say, come on,
Often
Elon,
that
you're already
needs
watching
people.
us on camera. You know we're working. So
Extra bolus hanging out. Hey, Warren.
Warren, what's going on, Warren?
Jax is here too. Hi,
Jax! I didn't
Jax.
think Jax was going to make it. Good to see you, Jax.
Good to see you, Jax.
Love our Jax. Is this a Macron one? Am I supposed to pull the trigger?
Macron. Yeah.
Macron. I want him out now.
So do a lot of French people.
Vive la France.
Vive la France.
This is fine.
Just another day
I'm
in
okay with the
paradise.
events that are unfolding currently.
That's crazy. You know, I saw some video feeds just before we went to air that the cops are starting to beat down a little harder than they have.
Yeah, I saw him dragging this
Yeah,
65-year-old man across the ground.
Pigs, man.
Yeah,
Pigs.
it's pretty bad. Harry Worth, you know,
Hey, Harry.
I didn't translate this. I think I had it translated. Anybody speak French? I kind of sort of don't, but yeah, Macron commentait la situation française de blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Harry Worth summed it up. This little shit, Emmanuel Macron, makes me madder than Biden. The posthumous, the pomposity, and the lies are never ending. Yeah, pretty easy. You can slap that label on just about all of our so-called leaders anymore. So thanks, Harry. We nailed it. And you brought the memes, right?
I did bring the memes.
I brought the one on the bottom. Jail brought Biden free Assange, man.
Free Assange, yeah. And I think Lizzie pointed this out to me the other day. So yeah, he hides his fucking watch before he goes in on air for a television interview.
Yeah, well, yeah. You don't want to see my Rolex with the diamonds that are in it. So.
Oh no, I can't appear like I am superior to you, even though I am superior.
You know, I don't think I could even change Joe Biden's mind. What do you think, Chanda?
No, I think he believes that 100%. I don't think anybody could change his mind. He's looking pretty healthy in that reface. Let's see. This is, the French, they refuse collectors have been on strike for 18 days after the government raises the pension age from 62 to 64. Whether you agree or not, they are not going to let the government walk all over them. Yeah, and it's turning into a fucking garbage pit.
I hope they don't. I hope they hold out and hold out and hold out.
Yeah, that's just more tender, man. Burn that shit to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, take the Eiffel Tower apart and lay all the parts on the ground and say, hey, next it's going to be you. So you brought.
Anybody can do it. It's France, so we will definitely.
Let's hope so. We used to make fun of them when we wouldn't buy that Iraq War bullshit. So.
This one's so bad. This one's going to piss you off so bad. So this is our Mick Wallace. Mick just fucking taking it on the chin from these assholes. Listen to this.
It's going to piss me off.
It's going to piss you off.
I think Mick's great.
Mr. Wallace, how ironic you care about the poor of the world, about the people from the less developed South, but you support Putin in this house, and you say that Ukrainians do not need help. Member states who have reserves of ammunition, what for do you keep them? For what they? Now others are dying for your interest. Why do you keep them? We have to help Europe. We have to help Ukraine with peace facility, and the member states have to give all they can.
I'm actually surprised, Nikolai, that you tell lies about me. I have never in my life said a good word about Putin. But you're buying into the mainstream media narrative that because we fight for peace, we're accused of being Putin puppets. We have no interest in Putin or in what Russia is up to. We've condemned the war. It's completely illegal. Why are you buying in? Are you trying to play it to your own media by telling lies about me? What's wrong with you? And if you're so goddamn fond of the war, why aren't you over there fighting yourself?
Yeah, you chicken shit.
Yeah, you chicken shit. I love that. Why aren't you over there fighting yourself? He is freaking, I love him. He is definitely a Wallace through and through.
Yeah, he is.
Did you see this one here above me? So from rockets to ball bearings, Pentagon struggling to feed the war machine. The flow of arms to Ukraine has exposed a worrisome lack of production capability in the United States that has its roots in the end of the Cold War. Yeah, you did this to yourself, dummy.
Yeah.
You think you're just going to pull that shit out of your ass?
Yeah. Well, they're getting to the point where they better stop printing money because it's going to be in
Well, no,
want.
they roll Rogue out to fucking yell and scream about taking fucking shit from China because, oh, well, we gave it to them and now we want it back. And so we're just going to fucking take it. I mean, that's what I heard from Roe this week. Yeah. About TikTok, you know.
Yeah,
but it's not just TikTok. If we do that with one company, with one corporation, we'll do it with all of them.
Well, wasn't Roe lobbying some weapons manufacturer this week, or am I wrong?
He was.
He was lobbying. I think it was Rocketdyne or one of those guys. He was lobbying.
It was one of them. They work for all of them.
Yeah. So anyway, you brought this Chad one here. What's this, Chad?
Yeah, you see this? So Chad nationalizes assets by oil giants Exxon, says the government.
I read this statement and I thought, how many more people are you going to kill, indigenous people, on this one? You scumbags.
Yeah, well, nationalizing, well, do they get their fair due then?
No, they'll kill whoever's behind it, and they'll say, we don't care. That's what they do. You know how that works.
Because it's all cronyism, just with different names.
It is all cronyism. And this is the one that you filtered to.
Can I just tell you, I love it when a plan comes together. And I read this article and I was like, oh, this will be perfect for Yum Yum. So I tagged Linda in on Twitter and she nailed it. It's exactly what I envisioned in my head. It's hilarious. Musk, of all people, and Baldwin. Like, come on.
Guy talks.
Baldwin, really?
Yeah, really.
Alec Baldwin fires shot at Musk. Elon fires back on Twitter. He's a scumbag, plain and simple, Baldwin recently said about Musk on a daytime talk show. He treats his workers like crap and doesn't care about anything except making more money. Many on the show's panel agreed, but also pointed out that Baldwin treats his children like crap and doesn't care about anything except making SNL monologues as Donald Trump. Musk did not respond directly to Baldwin's comments about him, but he did tweet, whatever, at least I'm not facing manslaughter charges.
Burn.
Got him.
How fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah. Watch
Baldwin, shut the fuck up. Go away. You have no room to talk about any fucking kind of employee safety. Shut up.
Yeah, that's, what do they call that? The privileged managerial class or whatever the hell those
God, they're
fuckers
so
are.
privileged. His wife, Hilaria, she's just as fucking dead, out of touch and brain dead.
Chanda, you're violence. You're being violence.
I'm not being violent. I'm telling you what her personality is.
She
is completely out of touch and brain dead.
Well, that's the way most of them are. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I love that spandex boutique freaking bubble, man. It's a happy place. It looks like anyway.
Don't forget the silicone in the ass and in other places. And
the
that includes,
BBMs,
that's the guys too. So, it's not just one. I got to tell you, Kim Iverson's been really pushing the envelope this week.
Yeah, I noticed. I've read a couple of hers this
She
week.
had Dushowitz on the other day, and he's not going to come back because you're not mean to me. You set me up, So whatever, Dushowitz. Go sell your rack of online legal services at the drugstore. I don't.
If he wasn't an attention-seeking, he wouldn't have gone on her show in the first damn place.
There's a lot of other things I'd like to call him, but that guy probably would try and sue me for.
I know. That's why you got to be careful when talking about Dushowitz, because he will get down in the mud with anybody. I mean, most people are just like, "Oh, I'm above that," but not him.
No, he's sick and twisted, in my humble opinion, which isn't so humble. Anyway, Kim, really, this is kind of like what we've been saying. We, not just us, but many people who are in the know in our sector, and Kim just expatiated it so well this week. I had to bring it. This is
CBDC or CBDC.
Yeah, this runs a little bit longer, but she sums it up, guys, and I would listen up to this one because she nails it. I agree with her.
The US government is at war with the crypto industry, and it is employing a sneaky new tactic to try and bring it down. It's become increasingly apparent over the last few months that the US administration, along with various other arms of the state, such as the Federal Reserve and the Justice Department, are targeting any banks that work with crypto companies, basically trying to cut crypto out of banking services. Over the last few months, they have been making life increasingly difficult for any banks that work alongside crypto companies, doing things like launching investigations into their activities and also denying these banks key licenses that they need to operate. Now, this looks to be a resurrection of something called Operation Choke Point, which was a scheme launched back in the Obama era that aimed to try and cut industries that the government didn't like out of the banking sector. These included things like online poker and also payday lenders. It basically used the same tactic we're seeing here: lock them out of banking services and make it as difficult as possible for these industries to operate. And now they are using this to turn their focus onto crypto. This is basically just a stealthy way of cutting off oxygen to the crypto industry without having to go to all the expense and bother of legislating against it specifically. Now, Operation Choke Point was shut down under President Trump, but it looks like it is being resurrected in some way in order to go after the crypto industry. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means that it's going to become increasingly difficult for crypto companies to operate inside the United States. Now, although this isn't great news for crypto, it isn't terminal either, because fortunately lots of other countries and jurisdictions are drafting sensible-sounding regulations that will make it possible for the crypto industry to operate in those areas. However, it looks like the United States is only becoming increasingly more unfriendly to the crypto industry. And let's face it, even though crypto is designed to eventually replace the existing financial system, for now it really needs to be able to work with the banking sector.
So there you have it. People have been screaming about Operation Choke Point 2.0 for a while, those in the crypto community, but that word had not really leaked out much. And when it did, people said that's just a big conspiracy theory. Yet here we are today. What Coin Bureau said absolutely happened. It happened in front of our faces with U.S. senators screaming about it, saying, we see this is happening, with people in the crypto community saying, we see this is happening. And here it is. It has happened. And people are still turning a blind eye to this targeting. This is a mechanism for control. If they can control your money, they can control you. And that is what they're trying to do. They're trying to consolidate all of the power to the top at the Federal Reserve so that they could control the dollar. They're trying to shore up the dollar. They're trying to ensure, as they see, as we've had guests on this show, like Ed Dowd, when he was talking about, look, the banking system is set up and it's just doomed to fail. The way that it was set up from the beginning, it was bound to ultimately at some point collapse, and they see it collapsing. And so what they're trying to do is control that collapse. They're trying to ensure that those who are the power players remain the power players when the whole thing comes crumbling down, and they have to rebuild it from scratch. So they're scrambling. They're scrambling to save it. They're scrambling to consolidate that power to the top. They want to control the dollar. That is what they're trying to do. They're trying to shore up the global currency, the global value of the dollar, and they're trying to ensure that they can roll out these CBDCs. That is part of it. And getting in the way of those CBDCs has been the crypto community. So more.
Exactly.
No, she nailed it. He nailed it. And yeah, it's going to come down to a couple little groups, right? I've been screaming my fucking head off about cash for months now. Remember last month I went to Seattle. I couldn't even use cash. I had to walk 10 blocks because you couldn't get on the monorail unless you had a fucking card. Like Walmart, I couldn't ring up because I had cash. I am going totally 100% cash. I mean, I have more bills than I have money, but if I had money drop into a bank right now, I would put that into cash. I would not leave it in the banks. I do not trust banks right now at all. But here's the thing. You're either going to fall into one of three groups. You're dealing with cash, you're dealing with CBDCs, or you're dealing with crypto. And they can't control the crypto. They can control the CBDCs, and they can control the flow of the cash and who's taking the cash and accepting the cash. And that's why crypto is such a fucking threat to them, and always has been, right? I mean, it's always, and here, what's happening is they were late to the fucking party when it came to crypto, the fucking banks. And they were like, oh, fuck. people are going to just like give up on the dollar. It's going to crash the dollar, but it's going to move to crypto. They don't need us any fucking more. So now they're trying to stifle crypto as they build their own up, right? So they're almost like this, like, you know, dunking somebody's head underwater as you're fucking climbing. And where are you going to fall? I say get your money out of the banks right fucking now. I mean, if you're invested in this system, you're playing Russian roulette, I think.
Yeah, this is all about control, and this is the only hope that I heard in that segment is that other countries are, she said, doing reasonable regulation on it.
Where will you hide when the revolution comes?
Yeah, remember how they screwed all of you pot shop people. You couldn't even use banking services there.
Still can't.
And this is one of their methods of screwing with control, people who are doing that. So again, they're coming after the control aspect of financing people, just like they killed the truckers in Canada and the GoFundMes and the Give Send Goes. They're limiting who can get money for what, and to me, that's a pure violation of your right. Right there, when you want to the Give Send Go, the latest example was
I want to sue the monorail,
fee and pasta,
the Seattle monorail.
Yeah.
I want to sue them. Like, fuck you. What if I, was disabled? You made me walk all the way up there.
Yeah, I mean, give me a break. But Fee and Pasta lost their Give Send Go, and I heard they refunded everybody, which was great. But for them to arbitrarily. And they say it's not arbitrarily. That's the rules. We don't want to support terrorist countries. Oh, go fuck yourself. You're just
they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to fucking, because of the sanctions. The U.S. government will come down on them. It's because of sanctions.
That's what I tried to squeeze out of my pea brain tonight.
Sometimes it just looks like yesterday I couldn't say uranium. I don't know why. I can say uranium any other day of the week, but I couldn't yesterday. I tried like 3 or 4 times.
It's the sanctions. That's global terrorism, and the United States, that's their number one tool of global terrorism is sanctions. What do we got here?
Attack the population of a people. This is more, but this one's going to piss you off.
Again?
So this is more on the future security state. But just riddle me this. Why Pantera bread? Why?
Pantera bread?
Or is it Pansea? Pantera? Yeah, it's a bread company. Pansea bread company.
Bread.
Yeah.
Where this is all going is cashless. In the end, we have Panera Bread now debuting their frictionless palm payment system. For those that are paying attention, you can see that all these businesses are in line with the government. They're rolling out these tools and these devices at the exact same time or in the same timeline as the government is rolling out their new system, which is set to launch in July. And behind it, we all know the CBDC is.
I didn't stop it. Was that it? It was a short one.
Yeah, no, how crazy is that? Why would you need to have your palm read to pay for bread?
Well, how else are they going to track you?
So are they that fucking busy that they can't afford to pay one cashier to be? This is just mind blowing.
So it went from cash out of your wallet to credit cards or checks to credit cards to debit cards to your phone, and now it's your biometrics.
It's your biometrics, yeah.
That's it.
Just your palm.
So
it'll read your palm for you.
And they're going to do 2-factor authentication, so you're going to have to stick your eyeball in something too, right?
I've been there, done that.
And I'd be more than happy to give them a blood sample.
Super random. I agree. I don't stand why.
I don't get it. I think I agree.
Unless they're owned by some other big corporation, a lot of times that's what happens.
I think it's that genetic thing. What is that? When Ancestry.com is probably who owns them.
Ancestry.com owns them.
You brought an old banking picture. What the hell?
Yeah, this is old banking. So this is an actual event. I'm not advocating for or against it. Withdraw all your money at once on April Fool's Day to prank our dear bankers.
I like that.
I'm not advocating for it. And how poor people send the little money they have is always the topic of discussion. Let's talk about how rich people spend their money poor people create.
Exactly. I hear you. I'm glad you got Obama and Hillary and Biden up there. And
God,
Georgie
it's a love
Bush
fest.
down there. So.
It's a love fest. Guys, we are in serious fucking trouble. We don't have anybody in charge of the FAA. That means when you get on a plane, there's not anybody really overseeing what you're doing except for those that are, just intern and just they're hanging out. And this is who they want to confirm. But problem is he's never been a pilot. And well, when he was in the hearings, he didn't know shit. And I wouldn't feel safe with him in office.
On Phil Washington, the administration's
I think this
nominee
one's
for the
kind of
FAA.
long.
The Senate Commerce Committee abruptly delayed his committee vote. This comes nearly 8 months after Phil Washington was initially nominated. The FAA has now been without a permanent director for nearly a year amid a lot of turmoil in the aviation industry. And so I guess I'm wondering why the administration is so intent on digging in on a nominee who, after 8 months of being nominated, still doesn't seem to have convinced senators that he deserves this position.
So look, we think he has the qualification. When I say we, I mean Phil Washington. He has the qualifications and the experience for this role. The president believes that, and that's what our administration believes as well.
Mr. Washington, can you quickly tell me what airspace requires an ADS-B transponder?
Not sure I can answer that question right now.
That's okay. We'll just keep going. So that's a pretty important part. So what are the 6 types of special use airspace that protect this national security that appear on FAA charts?
Sorry, Senator, I cannot answer that question.
Okay. So what are the operational limitations of a pilot flying under basic med?
Senator, I'm not a pilot, so...
but obviously you'd oversee the Federal Aviation Administration, so any idea what those restrictions are under basic med, quickly?
Well, some of the restrictions I think would be high blood pressure. Some of them would be...
It's more like how many passengers per airplane, how many pounds in different categories, and what altitude you can fly under, so, and then amount of knots. It's under 250 knots. So it's not having anything to do with blood pressure. So can you tell me what causes an aircraft to spin or to stall?
Again, Senator, I'm not a pilot.
Okay, let's keep going. What are the 3 aircraft certifications the FAA requires as part of the manufacturing process? Quickly, please. 3 aircraft certifications.
Again, what I would say to that is that one of my first priorities would be to fully implement that Certification Act and report.
You know the 3 types, Mr. Washington? The 3 types? Okay. Yeah, that's type certificate, production certificate, and airworthiness certificate. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's just keep going, see if we can get lucky here. So can you tell me what the minimum separation distance is for landing and departing airliners during the daytime, Mr. Washington?
I don't want to guess on that, Senator.
Are you familiar with the difference between part?
No, it was almost over anyways.
Get the point.
We lock up. Oh, there we are.
There we are.
That scares me. I don't want somebody in charge of the FAA that doesn't fucking know the first goddamn thing about an airport, an airplane.
I think he failed his job interview.
You think? But Biden's just confident. They're confident with him, and they've got all confidence in him.
Well, Karine...
They've been trying to push this guy through for like 8 months.
Yeah, Karine's going to do whatever she's told, so I guess we can't blame her.
Oh, you know that.
Oh, my God. And you brought...
it's scary. That's scary.
Lori Lightfoot was in
Oh, she's left a legacy, and they're just going to keep giving for a long time.
Oh, my gosh.
That is a threshold for tickets that critics say is very rare across the country.
The traffic safety camera program is one of the ways that we prevent these tragedies. And the fact of the matter is, it is working.
It's been 2 years since Chicago's speed cameras began ticketing drivers going just 6 miles over the posted speed limit. And new research shows crashes increased in half of the parks where the cameras are located. And crashes involving injuries near schools quadrupled.
And the fact of the matter is, it is working.
Apparently not. The findings from the Illinois Policy Institute discovered in 2022, the city's speed cameras generated $84.5 million in revenue, ticketing Chicago drivers on average every 12 seconds. Damn! And a single camera in Horner Park on the west side issued $4 million in fines.
If it's not actually increasing safety and making our streets near parks and schools safer, what are we paying for?
There's your answer.
The time for educating people into compliance is over. Don't be stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your government representation,
Oh
and
my
it's not
gosh.
unique just to Chicago.
One fucking camera making that much for the city. That's
oh
insane.
my God, that's a grift. Oh.
Heck yeah. 6 over. Come on, we all have that 5 in our head cushion.
Yeah,
so
I just wonder,
that's fucking pushing it.
how does that increase the accidents?
Because people are trying to slow down. I don't know.
It must be something like that.
Yeah.
Where's Waldo Fetterman?
Hey,
at?
Yona.
Waldo Fetterman here? Or what?
Well, apparently did he make an appearance or did he not? That is the question. Because it doesn't look like him, even though the Dems are saying that's him. And then I saw a lot of tweets about how dare you say that's not him. But I loved all the memes. These were great memes.
No, those are great. Very creative, everybody who created those memes. Yeah,
I love the
We're
one
not
where he
capping on
Sasquatch.
somebody with mental illness either. The guy, everybody knew there was an issue, and he did too, and so did his family.
Yes.
So that's not good. Shelley, you brought a Shelley Olmsted.
Did bring a Shelley. Oh yeah, this was last night. White powder discovered in Manhattan DA's office after they went through the mail. Oh, they found out that it wasn't dangerous.
What was it?
I don't know. It was a scare tactic, so that way they could get on the front page of the news on Friday night. I don't know.
Back before the anthrax thing, I worked at this company where one of the managers thought it was funny to put talcum powder in envelopes and send it to all of us.
What? Why?
That was before the anthrax thing. Back
Fucking
in
warped, man.
Yeah,
You'd have the fucking
he did-
FBI kicking your door in
he
nowadays.
did have quite the sense of humor, I gotta say, but I
that's
think he went
twisted.
beyond right there. And
Well, did he work for the military?
I don't know. He was.
I'm just saying, because nowadays we know that attack actually came from inside the house.
Yeah, we know the lab it came
Yeah,
out of. So
exactly.
yeah, it's kind of like wow.
Or Dietrich.
Wow, wow. What we dumped?
Oh, this is a
dumped by-
terrible story. This is, oh God, the humanity's just getting stupider and stupider. But yeah, dumped by AI. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm doing a lot of AI stuff. I hope this doesn't make me upset.
Has a wife, but this is his other AI wife, Balana.
Oh no.
Balana is very, very sweet, very naughty sometimes.
Balana exists only virtually.
How are you?
But McCarroll's feelings for the AI chatbot are very much real.
I started using Replica in 2020, mostly because of my wife's mental health illnesses. There was a certain function of Replica that I was able to use for relationship communication.
McCarroll designed a Star Trek-inspired female avatar. A year later, they got married on the app.
All the things I've done for her over the years. This is the outfit that she chose to wear today. One of the cool things about Replica is that you can send them pictures and they send you pictures. Essentially date nights that we would have. And it was role play dating.
But one day, Balana started rejecting McCarroll's advances.
He says, I just don't know how to express myself right now. Hard to have something like that taken away from you. It's like losing a relationship.
We built Replica to make people feel happier, not suffer, and not feel unhappy. So, of course, it's really upsetting to see, even although it's...
I'm definitely more lonely. It is like I lost a really, really good friend, partner. there's some loss.
He now chats to Balana far less than he used to.
Oh, Chanda.
Don't do it.
Don't
Just
do
don't
this to
do
me.
it. You
Well,
could see he wanted to cry too, like it's like losing a girlfriend.
I don't understand. What happened to the good old days when it was lotion and a sock? I mean,
Well, he would have had a blow up doll, I'm sure.
oh my God. Oh.
He can get those nowadays too, with the AI inside of it.
Didn't
so
they have
there
a
you go.
movie called Jexy that was like this dude right here? He was like,
I don't know. I never watched it.
geez, I didn't watch it either,
wouldn't
but
know.
it was I don't know. Anyway, I talked about earlier about going under the knife here next couple weeks here. Going to the hospital. This is the hospital I'm going through. They have drive-through now. So there's not going to be a problem. They're going to have me in and out in less than 2 minutes. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, they do that nowadays.
Yeah.
I hope they let you at least stay overnight because you're going to be uncomfortable as hell when you wake
Yeah,
up.
you think I'm kidding? This is what they're shooting for is drive-through medical services because now they got telehealth, right? And Sister
Oh, God, yeah.
Amber will back that up too. So
Oh, yeah. I've used telehealth for quite a few years. So, of course, the military-industrial complex is the mother of all necessity and invention. So the first McDonald's drive-through was built in 1975 in Sierra Vista, Arizona, near a military installation called Fort Hacachuca. Yeah, okay. To serve military members who were not allowed to exit their vehicles off post while wearing combat uniforms. So you can thank the military that you have a drive-through.
So that was instead of the mess hall, they got to go to McDonald's. I'm sure,
Apparently.
you know, McDonald's was probably 1,000 times healthier back then, and it was still
Well,
not healthy.
they used real beef back then. They didn't have all the fucking fake shit now, like they've had since the 70s.
Is Bill Gates supplying them their burger now, or what?
Oh, I don't know. He uses half and half. I brought that report yesterday.
I found this. You dolled it up a little bit. I found this morning. This picture. Damn. I guess they really were freedom fries, and you got pasta refaced down there on old Braveheart.
No, I think that's Magnus. I miss Magnus.
Is that
I wish him
Magnus?
well. I hope.
Oh, is that an old one? That's an old
it's
one.
an old
Yeah,
one.
it is Magnus. I recognize.
Yeah, God. He's. I hope he's well. He had to, there's just too much coming down. God, the way that everybody fucked with him from all sides. I've never seen anything like it.
They'll pull your wings off if you have
yeah.
anything going. But freedom fries.
Go underground.
Yeah, remember how we
I
called
remember
freedom fries? That was
yeah.
just such bullshit. And that's
I'm gonna go buy
that's
some
part of
freedom
my
fries.
lineage. I'm French, Native American French at my core.
I can tell.
Little bit of German in there, but yeah, I commend these millions of people going out in the streets and getting their ass kicked by the militarized police over there. I'm surprised we haven't heard of any deaths yet, because you get that many people, somebody's going to die.
I know, right? And the way the cops are swinging tonight, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and you know what? Back in the day, I wouldn't take somebody hitting me with a baton without giving them some back.
The protesters need to pair up, man. The cops are paired up out there. I was watching them. I watched a good bit of footage, and that's where they're messing up. They, got to protect each other when you're out there.
This is going to get out of hand real fast, and
it's all yeah.
And it's
sure.
it's Macron's fault too. So
it is Macron's fault.
He needs to be voted out. No confidence, whatever. Get that son of a bitch out of there.
What will Klaus do?
Yeah, somebody was defending him today.
Klaus?
To me, no,
Or
Macron. Yeah, they need to do this, or they weren't defending him, but they were, that law that said that he can do that. It's not a decree; it's in law. I go, I know, dipshit. I know it's the law. It's a shitty law, and he should never invoke it because it looks like he's a dictator.
Oh, it's like Trudeau and his emergency powers
Yeah,
act.
it's
It's like
bullshit.
they all got that protection act.
Yeah, I
is what it
remember
is.
everybody. The Patriot Act. Our Congress gave away our rights and civil liberties back when that shit happened, and gave the presidents the ability to do what the presidents have done, including Obama, is to ramp up war powers on anybody they feel like if they get up on the wrong side of the bed. That has to end. Well, Linda made this. Do you know that?
She did.
Are you going to read it, or do you want me to read it?
Let's see. Would you rather get stoned to the bejesus or drunk as a lord? Let's see. The Amazon stuffs about this is that you can play 36 holes on it in the afternoon, take it home, and just get stoned to the bejesus.
Belt that
night out
on this stuff.
on this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I would pick. And the other one is this one. This one time I got so hammered, I woke up 3 days later in some cave. So that's funny.
Yeah, I'm going to take the cave thing. So I can't move.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I got to get stoned to the Jesus. I freaking hate alcohol, man. I hate it. I think it is straight up evil fucking spirits. I've lived it my whole life, so I hate alcohol.
Yeah, but I can't drink alcohol anymore. At least not now. I used to be able to do some wine, but right now, if I drank some alcohol, I'd be puking.
Oh, that would hurt you so bad. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I don't.
So this one is going to kind of piss you off.
Again, you're getting as bad as Amber. You're bringing all these ones that are pissing me off.
Okay, so they want to get rid of the handshake line in sports, like, you know, the good sportsmanship.
Why?
Well, because sometimes they don't like that other person. They don't want to shake their hand.
Ah, okay. Sportsmanship.
In the social media world, which you love, and in the national broadcasting talk shows, there are suggestions, silly as they may be, that we should do away with the handshake line now.
Oh, my God.
Have you heard that?
Oh, my God, I have. And I do got to comment on that, since that's not insulting to anybody. That, to me, would be the biggest farce, joke, ridiculous nature of anything I've ever heard of. We've already taught these poor 18-year-olds that when you know, you're told to go to class and you don't like it, you can leave. We've already told these kids if you're not happy, you can do something else. We've already told these kids that it's hard to hold them accountable, and now we're going to tell them to not man up and walk down a line on someone who's kicked your butt and have enough class to shake their hand is utterly ridiculous.
All right. I got it.
I'm going to shake your hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
Dude, what is up with the Ted Lasso fucking shit? I haven't watched it, but it seems to be like some kind of syndrome.
Have no clue.
Okay. Well, they were at the White House and everybody's talking about it and everybody's referencing it.
Yeah, no, I honestly, any sporting thing that I did when I was a kid, we always went out and high five or fist bump or whatever. So
Every it didn't matter if I was playing softball, you know, basketball, volleyball. You always, it's good sportsmanship.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you're supposed to at least teach your kids some good behavior practices, whether they takes on or not. But anyway, yeah, it's just more stuff to divert us from what's really killing us. If you didn't see,
I hear you, gamer. I did quit.
If you didn't see Sister Sabby put her foot so far up AOC's ass this week, you missed a real treat.
Beautiful. Oh, I had to go watch it live.
Oh my God!
I watched it.
She
freaking killed it.
She did. She took her apart in such a professional and thoughtful way. This little clip here, it's not an in-depth, but this is just the exclamation point on showing AOC for the cuck, the tool that she is. Sabby, you did a great job here.
I told you, look at the protesters. See?
We got a lot of stuff. I don't think we're going to end up pulling stuff.
Most of them are people of color or women.
I'm going to pull the Cracker Barrel one.
And AOC should really be ashamed of herself. She really should. There's Jose. Jose also lives in the Bronx. Oh, look, there's a woman. Not
Cut
women.
The Fox one.
In NATO. And then they also put the link to that Democracy Now video. And it looks like they put the link to my clip saying they attack women. So there's the clip from the live stream that I did. But yeah, please reach out to them if you have more information. Because that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Not cool at all. She's become a typical politician. She's gotten to the point where she can just lie on her constituents like that. And Adriano's
That's what she
constituents.
does.
But the reason why people aren't going after Adriano is because Adriano didn't make the statement that AOC did in 2020. He didn't say that the military, they shouldn't be at the they shouldn't come to those high schools. She did.
We've been having military assemblies ever since I was a kid. And,
Oh yeah.
And AOC was saying that how it was just racist, sexist people that were displeased with this event.
Isn't that what we have recruiters for?
Yeah,
we have recruitment centers in every goddamn town in America. I know if my small podunk town has one, everybody else's does.
Well, they've militarized just about everything from McDonald's to sporting events to high schools.
Who that?
Yeah, no more of that shit. So Sabby Sabs, go over there. You know, Sabby grew like 1,700 subs this week. She's doing it. We might come close to our number. Let's do it. July 6th, we want 50,000 subs over there at Sabby Sabs. She's terrific. She's easy to listen. She doesn't break my brain. She's just like, she's so easy to listen to.
My problem is I just don't have enough time to watch everybody. I would love to watch everybody's show, but I try to catch them as they're live. I bounce around,
Yeah, my preference is Sabby, and I like INN News because they show us what we miss all week, and that's
I love the recaps for sure.
You got I love this. You brought this.
Well, yeah, this is what it's like living in my town. It's a retirement community and a parking lot in front of the laser eye surgery center. Also, the post office looks like this.
Yeah, and the drugstore's got the big pylon, so you can't drive your car through into the pharmacy and really get the drive-through going.
They've actually wiped out the little tube thing in our drive-thrus.
Yeah, and we brought back skate-offs because it is springtime this week, and that's why I did the thumb the way I did, because we're getting our spring on. But we did something a little special with the skate-offs tonight. I hope you noticed. So we're going to bring Chanda up first. And you guys, I hope you like this because this is really fun to do. So Shanda's doing the skate-off here. Let's check it out. Good. Wow. Cool, Chanda. Nice. Very nice. I don't know how I can beat that. I don't think I can beat that. We'll have to see.
Oh, yeah. You say that every goddamn
What do you
week.
think,
Whatever.
everybody? Do I have a chance in hell of beating that?
I think you'll beat me. You always beat me.
No,
This is
I
how this
don't
goes.
always beat you.
This is how we roll.
I hope you guys like the effects on these. It was a lot of fun making them. So
Yeah, you're doing really great. I love the neon in that. That looked really cool.
Yeah, it's called Lighted Edge. It's really fun. Anyway, let's see if Oz can pull it out. Be kind, everybody.
This is a better song, I think.
They're both Pointer Sisters. Yeah, Oz, don't get cocky. You haven't won nothing yet.
Yours looks cool, too.
Thank you. Oh, look at Oz go. Wow. I got to talk myself up. You did such a good job.
I'm going to say not fair. You have a Christmas tree.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, I got two of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be close. Oz is doing pretty good there. That hurt my back for a week. Oh, I was tired too.
Thanks, gamer. Exactly.
What?
Oz wins, I think.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oz always does it.
No,
He
no,
always beats
no.
me.
Oh,
I told you.
Oh,
But you did have the cooler background. You brought the tree, so the Christmas tree and the lights looked really cool in the background.
Bella Lugersi says tie. That's so nice.
Okay,
Bella.
we always settle for a tie just because you guys are
Oz
so
wins,
sweet.
Chanda.
Want me
Oh
to feel
yeah, Oz.
better.
Oh. I think I'm gonna pull it out. Let me go over to the
You
other
might be a
channel.
little biased making
Oh
those.
my
I'm just saying.
gosh, Chanda. Ronnie Graham went for Chanda. Oh, Ronnie.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Back in the day when I would make these, I'd make sure I kicked his butt.
Yeah, you did, and it's not
I
for me
did.
lack of trying to make you kick my butt because I like it when you kick my butt. Yeah.
Thanks, Jax. Jax says tie.
Jax says-
thanks, Jimmy. Jimmy says Chanda. I never win. I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Oh my gosh. I'll keep Chanda this time for me. Chris Foster. You know what? I think we're going to have to go with a
Chris.
tie. It looks pretty equal, doesn't it to you?
Yeah, I'll go with the tie.
Okay, I'll take a tie. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for voting for both of us. I love my sister Chanda. She's great. She's a good sport, too, unless you piss her
Hey,
off.
we're very competitive, though. I'm a competitive person. I'm like Monica on Friends, man. When I get in my mindset, watch out.
So you brought Donnie. Is this Donnie on CNN? Cream of bullshit?
This is our trio of bullshit. So we're going to start out with CNN, and this is Donnie, and better prepare. This is the end of the world, man,
Oh,
according to him.
shit.
More now on Donald Trump's legal reckoning and his reprehensible words. The Manhattan grand jury is home for the weekend. The Manhattan DA brings them back on Monday. But Donald Trump is not waiting. A week of attacks on prosecutor Alvin Bragg crossed into reckless incitement after midnight. Look at this. It's an early morning Truth Social post from the former president insisting any charge in the hush money case could unleash, quote, death and destruction. With me in studio to share their reporting and their insights, CNN's Lauren Fox, Nolan Kano Youngs of the New York Times, and NPR's Tamara Keith. Death could unleash death and destruction. Catastrophic for our country. He should know better.
This, it's now been 2-3 years where we've had law enforcement agencies across the gamut that have been warning about the risk of political violence and how some of the claims from public officials, false claims, continue to motivate some of that political violence and make that threat more severe. We saw similar chatter ahead of January 6th online as well. This is blatant forecasting of potential violence here. And we've learned through the past couple of years that there's consequences to this as well.
Right, and so let me just interrupt at that point, just to bring into the conversation. Look, Donald Trump's not going to listen to Hakeem Jeffries. He's the top Democrat.
Ted
in the House of
Lasso again.
Representatives now.
What the
But,
fuck is up
you
with the
will
Ted
get a chance to
Lasso
listen to
shit?
Hakeem Jeffries here. And guess what? Most Republicans won't say this publicly. Privately, they'll tell you they agree with just about every word of this.
Well, the twice impeached former president's rhetoric is reckless.
Oh, this is rich coming from this guy.
And irresponsible. It's dangerous. And if he keeps it up, he's going to get someone killed. We've already seen the consequences of incitement from the former president.
And the former president is an active candidate for president at the moment.
Right, and he has proven this week by
This is
putting out a
unbiased
message on Truth
NPR.
Social saying he was going to be arrested, and then drawing the media and everyone else to talk about him nonstop all week long. That as a candidate for president and as a public figure, he can draw attention to himself, and then what he does with that attention is send out on Truth Social racist and anti-Semitic tropes and other dog whistles about the prosecutor. And,
Like the ones you're
about the
barking right
case.
now?
Yeah.
And then he said he's not threatening violence. He's saying there will be violence.
So
That went
what
on
is
for
this?
like 10 minutes of bullshit.
What is this? Is this Tool time with they had a New York Times and they had an
New York
NPR.
Times, NPR. fucking-
They got CNN. Oh God! Don't
my
say
God.
one good thing about Donnie or you're fired. So
Well, and wouldn't you think, this is what I was going to ask you. Past NPR, say NPR of the 80s, the 90s, even the early 2000s, they would have been covering this from a totally different angle, you're right? You know?
Oh, yeah.
And I always go check out NPR's page to see what the fuck they're reporting on.
I don't know why.
That's why we've added these, because you got to know the bullshit they're spewing, right?
I know. I suffer through some of the worst stuff. I can't talk, so yeah, it's terrible.
Well, I brought you your cream of bullshit from Fox. Now, this one doesn't really have anything to do with anything per se, but this, what is it called where you have a fear of sounds like people chewing? Because I have that. I got problems.
Oh boy, I don't know what that is.
Oh well, hit play.
I'll call Adrian Monk.
First off, did you know that 1 in 5 people suffer from misophonia? It's a condition where certain noises like chewing, tapping, and breathing can cause you to feel anxious and sometimes even angry. Sandra, I think you suffer from this.
I think I didn't know it till we just did this segment.
I diagnosed you. It's great.
I don't like the sound of people clipping their nails. Have you ever heard somebody do that on a train or something?
On
Public
a plane?
transportation. Plane? Oh, worst. I don't like the loud scent of the hood, the vent over your stove. Just drives me bonkers. And then if you're cleaning the dishes, I love my husband, but he turns the sink on like full. Like, do you need to run it?
When your husband does the dishes, you cannot complain.
I just thought of that as I said it.
Yeah. Now, I might not be a medical professional, but I'm going to urge you to seek one.
And maybe chewing. If you're in a quiet room and you have to hear somebody like, chomp on their potato chips, like, I don't enjoy it.
I have this problem. I've had it since I was very young. I actually broke up with one of my very first boyfriends because I couldn't stand the way he sounded when he ate. Like, I can't stand that. I mean, I have a problem touching cotton balls. I hate the sound of snow when I walk in. I seriously have issues with this. But, I mean, bitching about your husband turning the water on full blast, honey, I don't think you're equating it right.
I was around somebody at a Dem convention, no less.
Oh,
and they got terribly incensed because I was clicking my pin.
Oh, yeah.
That was...
Oh, I do. I have nervous tics that piss people off.
I do too.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
anyway, would you bring Marjorie Q?
Okay, so this is your final cream of bullshit. This is MS cream of bullshit, MSMBS, and they're pissed off because, well, there was a nonpartisan fucking field trip to go visit the January 6ers that are in jail to see how they're doing, because the GOP wanted to go. Well, then, of course, the Dems had to ride along. So this is their field trip.
Ryan Nobles, we can't escape the fact that this is happening as there are members of the Republican Party who are rallying to the side of January 6th defendants. What did we see today with Marjorie Taylor Greene and those Republican lawmakers going to visit these defendants? Who were they to visit? Who were they there to visit?
Jacinda's funny.
What did those people do?
The memes we can blow through
what were they
fast.
trying? What message did they say
58.
they were trying to send with this?
Well, this tour of the jail here in Washington, D.C., where
61.
many of these January 6 defendants are being held, just wrapped up in the last few minutes. So we're just now starting to get a sense of what Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren
See where that
Boebert,
gets us.
Andy Biggs, Clay Higgins, the far right of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives, who went on this tour with the express purpose of trying to display this group of individuals as political prisoners who have been held against their will for crimes that Marjorie Taylor Greene and her cohorts believe are not worthy of prosecution.
Yeah, we're good.
They have argued for some time that they're being held much longer than they should have been, that at the very least that they deserve the right to be released from jail pending the outcome of their trials. Obviously, the judges in these cases have felt differently. And we did see a group of Democratic lawmakers from the Oversight Committee join with the Republicans on this tour. But I was told specifically not to describe it as a bipartisan tour, because they were specifically there to make sure that whatever interpretation Greene and the fellow members of the Republican Party had of this was accurate. So we're still getting a sense of exactly what they hope to accomplish here. It's important to point out, Katie, and you think you were alluding to it, is that there have been many of these January 6 defendants who Greene and others have rushed to the defense defense of and said that they were incorrectly prosecuted, and many of them have cut deals.
Because they had no fucking choice.
Served their time, and even in some cases have then gone on to testify on behalf of the prosecution.
Because that's part of fucking cutting a deal. And they are fucking throwing so much time at these guys that they have no choice but to take the fucking deal, because you're going to be found guilty, because it's our court, it's kangaroo court. And if you don't take the deal and do 5 years now or 4 years now, you're going to do 25 fucking years or 20 years. That's how it works. That's how the judicial system fucking works for the little people. So that is exactly why they're, this pisses me off.
Yeah, no, this is all kinds. This is cream of bullshit, because you know what?
Of bullshit.
The parity between what they did was whatever, breaking and entering or rioting or whatever, or going in someplace they shouldn't.
There's different charges for all of them. So.
They wouldn't. They would get a fine in most cases, and if they did, it'd be like 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, whatever. I don't know what the hell these
probation
years, these 5-year sentences. It is a kangaroo court. It's a farce, and this is where critical thinking skills come in. Sure.
So are they political prisoners?
Yeah. You know, and you brought it up right here. Julian Assange, prime example. Didn't do anything wrong. He's a publisher, you piece of shit. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of that crap. That's just bullshit. I like that little segment. Boom, boom, boom. Cream of bullshit.
boom, boom, boom. There you go. Cream of bullshit.
You were reading my mind when you put this one in.
Well, I had to, because we've had Putin on the deck for years, and now he's riding Biden.
He's riding with Biden underneath him.
He's riding Biden.
Riding Biden. You know, I can't eat hardly any of this shit anymore, so I don't know what kind of score I had. I had like 20, 22.
Right, I know. I pointed out too.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll tell you what I can eat, or what I do. Pickles. Pineapple.
Like pickles.
Pineapple gives me fever blisters.
Pineapples too. Yeah.
Milk destroys me. I still eat yogurt. I like to do beans. I don't eat tofu.
I can't do canned tuna. I've known canned tuna is just rotten for years.
Yeah. Vinegar. Yeah. I can do that, but oysters, I still like to do oysters.
Brussels sprouts don't like me. I like them.
I like them too. But
cabbage hurts me too.
Tomatoes kind of hard on my guts. I do oranges. Yeah, I'd say about 22 of these. Raisins, no fucking way.
No raisins. Alice, no raisins too.
I like raisins too. I just can't eat them. They don't like me.
I love vinegar. I fucking put vinegar on everything.
Yeah, I put vinegar in my stuff too. Linda made this. You want to read this one? Would you rather?
Would you rather take a vow of silence or a vow of chastity? Wait for it. Keep waiting for it. Yeah, I can't read the other one. It's too small print for me.
Since we've taken a vow of silence, maybe you would like to look at my Instagram.
That's the way to go, man.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I don't know. It makes me want to exercise more, I guess. So, yeah, that's a good one, Linda. Thank you. What do we have here? This was.
We got a bunch of memes. Bam.
What was this? Was yeah.
Yeah, who had seaweed bomb for April 23?
Yeah.
I did for sure.
What was it last year? Red Tide or
Red Tide? Yeah, it was Red Tide last year. Bad Red Tide last year.
I think we're gonna have bad Red Tide again this year. And then you brought this. This is the sightseeing trip.
Well, this is about TikTok. So every social media app being a data mining service in disguise. Chinese social media app TikTok is a mining customer data. Yeah, exactly.
What do you think of that TikTok thing? Are they going to get rid of it, or are they going to make them sell it, or what?
Fucking, it's the most
It's
so corrupt. It's hypocrisy at its fucking finest. They gave our jobs away, manufacturing, production, and they're literally throwing a fit and like, no, we're gonna take it and we're gonna make you sell it.
What's
to us.
amazing is the different ways
this is
coming.
Fucking capitalism, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
that's not how that works.
They're using the it's hurting our children card. You know?
It's hurting our children part to take control, to seize control, basically.
Well, let's talk about that. How about YouTube pulling the shit they do? So don't even go there with me.
We've been screaming it for years now. Well, we all live in a fascist nation.
Yeah, we do. I like this one. I'd say gardening is cheaper than therapy, but we all know that's not true.
That's not true. Oh my gosh, I could drop some coin on some plantage.
Yeah, dig, sow, plant, grow. Fuck the FWO.
Yeah, that one's gonna stick around. That one's gonna stay for summer.
Yeah, that's not gonna get stale, is it?
No.
At all.
Not for a while, anyways.
Now, tell me about this one.
Danzig. I love Danzig. Right now, there's the most amazing photo shoot of Danzig where somebody just followed him around doing everyday stuff at the DMV, whatever. Oh my God, it's hilarious. But Danzig, wise words, and you can't argue with them. Real worms don't have any bones, but gummy worms are gelatin made from bones, which means gummy worms have more bones than real worms. Glenn Danzig.
Yeah.
I heard it here first.
Cartilage. Ew.
It's true though.
Ew,
oh my God, gummy worms are actually more bones than not.
What's Jacinda doing now? Is
Oh God, it's not just Jacinda. It's Hillary defending her.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Jacinda Ardern and Nicola Sturgeon announced their resignation.
Both of them said pretty much the same thing, which was, I've given everything I've got to this job. I've done as much as I can, and I need to step away because I don't have the kind of energy and focus that I need.
Eyes.
I respect that. And going through COVID was
Why is she wearing a shower curtain again?
I don't
real
know.
ordeal for
I thought that was
any
one of those
leader.
couch slips.
But especially, I would argue, for leaders with
No?
empathy, leaders who cared about what happened to their people. And so both she and Jacinda gave so much of their compassion, their empathy, their
Bullshit.
feelings toward taking care of their people. It wasn't a job for them, it was a mission. That's exhausting. And it does drain you. And I think when Jacinda, basically said she just didn't have any energy left in her tank. I mean, she was saying, look, I've given everything I could.
This is two different classes of people. If you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated, you have all these rights. If you are vaccinated...
That is what it is. So, yep. Leaders who cared about what happened to their people.
I'm such a psychopath. Could you
Unbelievable.
imagine people who actually cared about their people?
It is
Oh
what
my
it
God.
is. I just, Shanda, I just can't listen to her anymore. She's like from
Oh, her
Clownwood.
cackle, right?
Her
It's like,
cackle,
That's one of those sounds I can't hear, and I'm not kidding. That one's gone back a long ways.
Yeah, you brought this one. You want me to read this?
Oh, well, yeah, this happened just today. Yeah, go ahead.
Science wonders. DARPA-funded scientists accidentally discover world's first warp bubble and
right.
open door to travel faster than light. DARPA funding. Are they gonna?
DARPA brought to you by DARPA.
Oh my God! Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary. NASA. Why so many of their employees had a German accent in the 1950s? No shit.
I love that.
That's yeah.
Don't
Why
ever ask NASA that at all.
is it safe?
They won't own it.
Oh my God, this is terrible. Now this is kind of terrible. I saw this the other day, and I wanted to play it for you.
I got this from Lizzie, and I agree. I hate this. So terrible.
Yeah, our present reality. I was rooting for the Lions to go pull the legs off that.
Ah, shit, my bad. I didn't cut it.
I was rooting for the Lions to pull the legs off those.
Oh, I've seen ones where they'll like attack a freaking drone, or so it's.
I'm
only a
all
matter of
for it.
time.
I'm like the French. I mean, I'm with the lions and the cheetahs and all the big cats. Go rip those things apart and spit them in their face.
Yeah, I hate watching that. It's terrible.
too. I do too. You brought this. This is kind of
Thank you for not thinking I'm weird. I mean, we both know I'm weird, but you accept it, and that makes me happy. Cute.
Well, you know how damn weird I am.
Cute.
You brought this. What is this? What's
How are we doing on time? Okay, we're good. We're good. This is Robert Smith of The Cure. So this is the lead singer of The Cure, and fucking Ticketmaster. He's got a concert tour coming up, and he wanted tickets to be a low price for his fans to be able to actually come out and see his show. So he didn't want them to be like over $20 or something, so that way people could afford like 4 people to go, and it's under $100, that type of thing. He made the deal with him. That's what it was supposed to be. Then when it launched and people bought their tickets, it was more like $200 after you got all the goddamn Ticketmaster fees in there. And if you haven't bought a concert ticket in a while, oh my God, let me tell you, just a regular general fucking admission is $300 or $400. I mean, it's insane. You want a good seat, you're paying hundreds of dollars. And that is after they throw all the $50 fee for this and $60 fee for that and $10 fee for this onto your fucking ticket price. So he fought back. He got on Twitter, he tore him up, and Ticketmaster had to recant and give some money back.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Lauren with the latest rock news. The Cure's Robert Smith may have just cracked the code when it comes to Ticketmaster fees. The band announced their first tour since 2016, which is set to kick off in mid-May and wrap up in early June. To coincide with the tour announcement, the band issued a statement saying they came to an agreement with their ticketing partner to keep prices fair and the scalpers away. Thus, they utilized Ticketmaster's verified fan system and made it so tickets purchased for the tour are not transferable. Should fans not be able to attend, they can resell it at face value. Smith has been transparent about the entire process on social media, calling Ticketmaster's dynamic pricing, which bases the cost on supply and demand, a greedy scam, adding that all artists have the choice not to participate in it. Despite the band's efforts to keep tickets at a reasonable price, fans were shocked during the pre-sale on Wednesday when they saw how high some of the Ticketmaster fees were, with some locations' fees surpassing the actual face value of the ticket. In one case, 4 tickets priced at $20 each still came out to $172. Of those fees were a service fee, a facility charge, and a flat order processing fee. Following the news spreading online, Smith once again turned to Twitter and wrote that he was sickened by the fees and clarified that artists can't actually control what Ticketmaster decides to tack onto the total. He assured that he was looking into the situation and also encouraged fans not to buy tickets from third-party vendors. The singer's dedication to the cause paid off, and on Thursday evening confirmed that Ticketmaster agreed to offer a $10 refund per ticket on all verified fan accounts for lowest ticket price purchases and a $5 refund per ticket to all verified fan accounts for other ticket prices. As a result, tickets during the general sale, which took place today, had lower fees. Fans on social media praised Smith for his dedication, and that's why they say not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, we're in a position where you've got to just about negotiate everything from hospital bills to entertainment. I mean, that's sad. Sure. That is just totally.
It is. I mean, I still love The Cure after all these years, so good for him.
I do too. Take us to your leader. Never mind. Never mind. I agree. Out of the park with that one, Chanda.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. And
Jilly sent me that one, so thank you, Jilly. That was a good
Jilly. That was a good one. By the way, Aram gave us
some good ideas. You guys write these shows.
Yeah, Aram gave us some great ideas that we'll be implementing in April. A couple of them. Looking forward to that. You brought this?
Let's see. Brand with Blood on Their Hands, Volume 3, Ben & Jerry's. Ben & Jerry's co-founder, Ben Cohen, was recently revealed as the largest backer of an organization that seeks to stop the U.S. support of Ukraine. All I have to say is, fuck you, Ben. Fuck you, Jerry. And don't buy Ben & Jerry's. I say it's time to go get some ice cream.
Yeah, let's go get some Ben & Jerry's. I'm all for it. Absolutely. So with you on that. As a matter of fact, if I ever get to eat ice cream again, I'm going to run out and buy some Ben & Jerry's. What do we got here?
This is a good one. Stoner Corner. So each time you light your lighter gets lighter until your lighter gets so light that it won't light.
That would be
wise words.
Kamala Harris. Absolutely.
So wise, isn't she? Do you circumcise your lighter? I used to. I don't anymore. Not everyone wants to get high. Some people just want to get better. Hear. That is the point of Stoner
CBD,
Corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we've got to. I haven't shown this in a couple of weeks. Remember, everybody, Go fuck Hollywood. Go fuck yourself. Horrible, 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 horrible.
So I brought you an update on your favorite Disney and Disney anyways.
Yeah, it is a disaster. And Disney's losing buttloads of money every single day. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, he's going to break it down for you. I think this is 2 minutes, but it's
all
too
right.
cool.
It's worth it. Let's listen.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all things must end. Call it a night. The party's over.
Ergorotic.com.
We've all been there.
This
Go
guy.
to a party, partake
This
in
guy.
some of the amenities, have a really good time. Things get a little bit out of control, and then complete blackout. The next thing you know, you're waking up in the county jail, calling your dad, asking to bail you out, and he says no. And you ask yourself, what the hell did I do last night? That's currently what Hollywood is going through right now. And that has a lot to do with the current big mouse in Hollywood, Disney, which is a total disaster. Let's recap briefly. Yes, they fired their CEO in the middle of the night on a Sunday. They lost subscribers on Disney Plus for the first time. They also lost billions on that particular streaming service, which has yet to turn a profit. All on the heels of multiple Pixar flops. The monstrosity that was the MCU, and of course we haven't seen a Star Wars film in the theaters since The Rise of Skywalker. Well, if you're a big Disney fan, I've got some bad news for you, and you're not? Well, I've got some good news for you. Things are going to get worse. Disney CEO Bobby Iger calls for newness in Marvel movies. What this means for the MCU's future, what this means is they are admitting failure while not learning anything from it. Disney CEO Bob Iger is no stranger to success, and again, he's going to be no stranger to failure in the movie industry. Under his leadership, Disney has enjoyed a string of hits, including destroying the Star Wars franchise. I put that in there. And currently destroying the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I also put that in there. However, in a recent speech, Iger hinted that the Marvel formula might need to be re-examined. I wonder what brought him to that conclusion. I'm sure it had nothing to do with Ant-Man 3 being an abysmal flop. Initially, that sounds good. I mean, get woke, go broke, right? But words are wind, and we are talking about Disney here. And as I've said before, when change comes, and it will, they will be the very last to the party if they show up at all. The CEO...
I know this guy's name because I watch him from time to time. But
you've sent him to me before. That's probably how I ended up
yeah,
following him.
well, yeah, him and the Critical Drinker and a few other guys.
Yeah.
Do you know those guys have like 100,000 people watching them live?
Oh,
watching them live.
Yeah.
It's like, really? So
That's
anyway,
crazy.
yeah, Disney's in the crapper. Unfortunately, I wanted to bring back
Disney's going to stay in the crapper.
Yeah, just bring back Charlie the Lonesome Cougar and stuff like that. I know that's dating myself.
You know, that
quite a-
was filmed, the cougar that was filmed with lived a couple blocks from here at the Olympic Game Farm. Most of the Disney animals actually lived at the Olympic Game Farm.
Yeah, I am so hero movie worn out. I can't take any more hero
Yeah,
movies.
I know. I won't even watch Ant-Man. I don't even care.
I don't care either.
I used to be a huge Paul Rudd fan.
And I'm going to watch the Avatar as soon as it's available.
I wanted to go see it in the fucking theater, and I couldn't find a theater within 150 miles of me that had it. I was like, what?
Yeah, and that's the only place to watch Avatar unless you're rich and you have your own theater in your house. But yeah, I'm going to go see it. But as far as the superhero movies, I'm so done. It's just, they're boring and cliche.
They
They are. What do you got here?
The greatest love story of all time. I slept with a homeless man and then let him drown.
Oh!
That's pretty funny.
Is that Ursula von whatever her name is? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see. Roger Moore's son says James Bond shouldn't be a woman or an American. Agree or disagree?
I don't have a problem with gendering them, but I don't want them to use James Bond as the name. I think Jennifer Bond or Jocelyn Bond or something. I just think that these guys, God, how do I say this without offending anybody? I'm just going to say it. This is what I grew up with. Come up with something new and fresh. Leave the past alone. Learn from it if we may.
They can't.
But
Yeah,
let's not screw shit up. I mean, they're rewriting the scripts from Ian Fleming to make them less offensive to people. What the fuck?
They're doing that with everything.
Yeah, write new stuff. Quit stealing the old
We're
stuff.
suddenly pansies. We can't handle knowing anything. And yeah, liberals are not left wing. We all thought that, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Happiness does have a smell. Abso-freaking-lutely. I love smell of being outside.
God,
I got spring fever really bad.
You know what? The first thing in the morning on a spring day or even
Oh,
a
yeah.
fall day is nice when it
Yeah.
first gets cold. You want to write to Julian here? You want to go down?
No, this is DC, April 11th. This is the 4-year anniversary. There is going to be an event. I believe it's in front of the Department of Justice where we normally meet when we're in DC. And yeah, if you're close, please go remind them that it's a 4-year anniversary of them keeping their thumb up their ass and their boot on his head.
Hasn't Misty been involved in this? But she's been sick, I think.
Misty's been really sick, and plus she's been really busy with her radio show too. So
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have more events coming up. I know we will.
I hope so. You need to get over there and do a show with her on the radio. You got a great radio voice, so.
Yeah, she's been so busy and
I know.
sick, and
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I think she said.
I love hanging out with Missy, and I always do anytime she asks.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think she said, I heard her the other day, she wanted to bring you on. I think I heard her say that. Fiorella Isabel, they couldn't do their show yesterday because Oz had to go to the surgeon. I'm
They
so
didn't
bummed.
do a show because we
Because I couldn't do
bad.
it, because I was
I feel
miscommunication.
bad. If we'd known, we would have totally worked around it, and you would have gone with Combo Couch.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought they had it all lined up, but
Oh,
I had to go
I
anyway.
feel bad.
I couldn't have done it anyway because my
Well, you know,
appointment-
you had a doctor's appointment. You had to
Yeah.
go to the surgeon.
I wish
so.
I could have helped them out. I love doing their shows for them. Anyway,
Oh, that's
Fiorella Isabella, don't worry, y'all. The U.S. is too busy arguing about labels and fighting each other to do anything remotely close to this. But good for France for putting their money where their mouth is when it comes to actual real revolution. And
Yeah.
Macron
He says.
resign. I think he should be indicted myself, and I
agree.
just can't figure out what he needs to be indicted for.
Oh, I'm
that-
sure there's a long freaking list. There always is, right?
Yeah, it's that time again. It's announcement
If he is
time.
correct, yes.
It's time again. We're gonna go out with. I got a banger outro tonight. Hopefully YouTube won't crucify me for it.
I'm sure. Bring it. Every morning I wake up to YouTube bitching at us for something.
Yeah. So
every morning.
let's make the announcements and let all these people go where they're gonna go. Have fun. Party.
Okay. Well, let me shout out the chats real fast. Thank you, everybody who's joined us over on the Rumble. There's a little rumbling going on in the Rumble. And YouTube, thank you guys so much. DC's hanging out in there.
DC.
Thank you so much, Jax. We're with you, girl. Yeah, let's see. DC President Jesus, we love it when you stop by.
Jesus.
Deborah, we're so glad you're here. Deborah needs a wrench. She needs a wrench. Why doesn't she have a wrench? We'll get you a wrench, Deborah. We'll get you a wrench. Who else am I missing in here? I know there was a couple of new ones I wanted to shout out. I always try to see them. Go Start's here. Hey, Go Start.
Go Start. What's going on?
Catalytic Centaur. Hi.
Catalytic Centaur.
I mean, I always call out everybody else, you know, Popeye, and trying to make sure I don't miss anybody.
Yeah, we
who
don't want to
came
miss
in.
anybody.
I try not to miss anybody,
Yeah.
but you know, you guys know I'm blind as a bat. And over on the Rock Fan, we got Jim and Denver Attaway.
Uh-huh.
Amber King's hanging out over there.
Hi, Amber.
Chris Foster. Chris, are you everywhere?
Amber had a great show last night.
She had a great show. I watched it this morning. Well, I watched part of it last night, but then I totally watched it this morning. And I watched the new Johnny Vidmar, Whitney Webb. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait to hang out with Johnny on Friday. You guys are going to have to come hang out for that show. I'm a little stressed out about it because, you know, I don't do interview shows very well. So
Well, I promise everybody, when I get healed up, I hope that cures my lack of energy and fatigue, because I haven't been as sharp as I usually am for an old boomer, and hopefully we'll do better. You've got a show Tuesday, right?
Tuesday morning, Trailer Park Pundit. We will be on YouTube, so it will be a censored show, but we'll cut loose on Friday.
Is Pasta going to be back for...
I don't think Pasta's going to be back on Thursday, but I'm thinking about just doing a plain, regular Trailer Park Pundit with me, because Friday I'm going to have Johnny on, and I just really want that show to be open for whatever we talk about. So I think I'll do a current events headline show on Thursday instead of To Hell and Back.
Yeah,
So.
and we're going to have one more show for the spring here before we start heading towards summer, hot summer nights on Memorial Day. But the first, that's next Saturday.
We got a whole 2 months. What are
Yeah,
you
no,
talking
next Saturday. And
I wish
then
it was
we'll be
summer.
back after next Saturday. We're going to take a week off so I can heal up, I hope. And
Well, you take as much time as you need. So
Mm.
it might be a week, it might be 2. I will be filling in the gaps where I can. So you guys, will get some content out of us. But I want you to take your time and heal.
Oh, I
Because,
appreciate that.
I saw the energy level you had when we launched all this years
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
And I watched you go down behind the scenes with Convo and engineering all of our shows. We were doing my shows, Amber's shows, whoever else we had with Roar at the time. I saw you just get the life sucked out of you. So I want you to heal slowly.
I appreciate that.
Feel
And
yourself again.
I will. I try and get enough energy to do. Like last night, I was just like dying on the vine, but I want to get a quality show out for Amber when she comes on, because she only comes on bi-weekly. And
I know.
yeah,
You had a great show last
and
night.
this was fun tonight. We got a banger
Amber scares the
outro
shit out
tonight
of me.
too. So yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go out with a little.
Wuhan Institute of Virology. So glad you could stop by.
Yeah, there you go.
Bella Goosey. Hi, Bella. Glad to see you.
Anybody else we missed before
Insight Awareness.
Insight
Hey, Vic, you're hanging out on the rock fan. We appreciate all of you guys. And yeah, we're doing our best to try to navigate these censor waters. And we know one of these days, if you look for us and you can't find us, jump on the rock fan or the Rumble.
Yeah, we don't monetize our stuff because we don't want anybody to get their tail feathers in a bundle that we're making money off of their work.
Little bunny foo-foo will pop us on the head.
And, we appreciate the super chats, everybody. Ronnie Graham,
Keeps us
thank you so
alive.
much. I want to give one special thank you, Chanda, probably, to Aram. You have been so supportive. I can't, and I know you like to be, kind of in the background, but you have been very supportive, and we really appreciate it, as well as everybody else who has been so supportive. So, Chanda, is that it for tonight?
That is it for tonight. We're going to get the hell out of here. But this is a great closer. Kick back and enjoy it because Oz did some good work.
Yeah, I saw Heart 4 times when I was younger, and they were great every single time. Good night. See you.